Yadi, I know you have experience in this. Can you speak a bit about engaging with other community organizations in your ministry? How do you even start to do that? How do you build up the relationship so that it's a relationship of mutuality as you do kind of similar ministry outreach type work together? How does that work?
Well, you have to start visiting. You have to start just you individually, not everyone in your group yet. And the reason for that, it's kind of like making sure that one, the organization fits your values. So just because an organization is a food pantry or a soup kitchen, it does not mean it will fit your values. Because I have actually found some where people cannot eat until they hear a sermon, or only so many people can enter, and they have to go through this and then they can receive. And so, do I want to teach my young friends that that is the model that I want them to follow? Probably not. And so I've had to visit, and I've had to participate, so then I could know first as a guest, not even knowing, because sometimes people do act different when they know who you are and they know where you're coming from. But if you just sign up as regular Joe coming in to help at the soup kitchen, you get to see, you get to experience, you get to feel, and then you get to pray about it and think about it and say, is this something I want to share with my young friends, or is this a good lesson? Like you asked about mutuality. Um, is this going to work out for both of us? And then later you can come back and say, who is your volunteer coordinator? I'd love to have a conversation. Um, and then you can talk about the different things that you can help with. One of the things that we did with our young friends, I worked at a congregation that was it didn't seem like there was anybody in need. The parents were well off, so they really never even stepped inside of a homeless youth shelter before. They probably didn't really think about it. And so by taking them on a Saturday to take a tour and to go help out, they were like, kids actually sleep here, people actually live here. But we needed to do that work first, because then when we did end up having youth from the streets, and we did end up having kids from other neighborhoods, and we did end up connecting with the immigrant center and things like that, our kids didn't feel like they didn't understand, although it wasn't their experience, right? But they felt a little more connected with when a student said, oh my God, I have to go if I'm going to get a bed. They understood what that meant. Like we got to wrap it up because we got to get Johnny to the center because he ain't going to have a bed. And it made more sense than if he would have said that and they would have been like, what do you mean? Like my curfew's not till midnight. Um, and it also made them more able to connect with organizations that like were gathering clothes or gathering things by them going and participating and helping and being a part of it. So um, in a couple of words to say it, research, visit yourself as just a regular person, have a conversation with the volunteer coordinator. More than likely they have that, the person who manages everything, and then find out with your team if this is something that you want to pursue, and in what way can you engage programming to connect also with your themes. So Lent is coming. So how we talk about, some churches will be like, oh my God, for 40 days, we're going to give up chocolate. For 40 days, so what if for 40 days we engage in a conversation of we're going to help 40 people, or we're going to create 40 things that we're going to give. For some of my students last year, it was about, I have too many things that for the next 40 days, we're going to give 40 items. And when we collected all those items, they knew exactly where they wanted them to go, to the youth center or to the youth homeless shelter. And so, yeah, it's about, it's work, but it's so worth it when you finally connect.